Now then, people, good evening and welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. Two this week. You've got me and JT twice this week. We wanted to strike. Yeah, we wanted to strike while the iron's hot because obviously there is a lot of fan opinion when it comes to the manager. Are you in? Are you out? So we thought, do you know what? Let's discuss that tonight. So what we thought we would do, 5 minutes. You might not need 5 minutes to stake your claim. So I want you to come in, tell us why you're Farke in, why you're Farke out. And then boom, when you've finished, we will then discuss and ask questions, etc. Right? So that will be out in the members feed very, very shortly. But before we do that, let's find out how JT is and where he is on the barometer of Farke in or Farke out.
Well, thank you very much, mate. I mean, phenomenal. It's a new camera angle as well. Usually it's a bit more zoomed in. Now we've got the full screen, mate. He's changing up the game, so I like to see.
People can see your shoulder definition and that.
Oh, thank you. I did do shoulders today. It's just the lighting, mate. Just the lighting. No, I'm very good, thank you, mate. I'm very good. I joined the call. I hear Joe Wayman rapping like Ray Charles. I mean, ironically, a lot of people think Farke's team selection is similar to Ray Charles as well. So we've got a lot of similarities, a lot of joint progression, should we say, going on the show. But I'm very happy to be here, mate. Very happy to talk to everyone, and I'm actually excited to see what people say because it's a very interesting time to be a Leeds fan. For me,
where does your land lie? Yeah, where do you lie?
Ooh, I'm gonna have to say I'm somewhere in the middle right now. I was disappointed with the result again. As I said, I thought the performance. I know, as when we spoke, Van Dre said there's many ways to win a football match. They played their tactics perfectly, but I still thought we were the better team. I thought it came down to poor finishing, and I still think because we have so many new players, we have to give them 5 or 6 games to fully bed themselves into the team before I can assess and judge. But I was definitely disappointed with how things ended with Farke last season. I'm disappointed with the fact that we're still seeing similar issues in terms of team selections, in terms of the fact that the same players are being put on in the same minutes and we're not changing things early enough. So there are a few strings of common complaints I have about Farke, but as things stand, I'm not ready to jump the gun just yet. What about you?
Yeah, no, I agree with you completely, mate. I think we're just being a little bit over dramatic and a little bit reactionary. Yeah, I think it's one game. If this rolled into 2s and 3s, then maybe we could have a conversation, but not after one. I did a video earlier on. I hope people have checked it out where I looked back at same period in the Bielsa era, and we were saying exactly the same things about the big man.
No, we were, bro. Well, no, I don't know who was. I don't know who was saying stuff about that. I don't know who was.
No, we were. Like, people who have watched the video will have seen it. And if you haven't,
when we're in the championship.
Yep. We lost 1-0 to Swansea.
This is going back to the OG days of Joe Wayman, mate. This is Joe Wayman.
You're not seeing it, bro. I wish I could show you. So I watched.
Well, I'm disappointed actually, mate. You got a lot of pictures from the OG days, including some at Millennium Square. Didn't use the one with me though. Didn't use the one with the boys out there.
I don't have that, mate. You're the one that has that. I don't have
that. Yeah. So but I'd expose my 6 foot stature next to you and Connor, so I wouldn't want to do that.
Exactly, man. And you didn't have guns and that then. You weren't gymming it then.
No, it's because it was COVID, mate. It was lockdown, so I lost all my gains in it. I used to go up to Liverpool to try and just go gym sessions while they were still tier 2, but it was fine. That's how rough it got. But anyway.
Let's get into it, man. Chris Richmond, who is a member, says Farke in for me, too early to sack him. You remember for 16 months. Come and tell us why, Chris.
16?
Tell us why. I know
why? What's going on, mate? What's going on in your life for 16 months? Nah, I'm kidding.
Don't, man. Right, okay, so I'm going to post the link now, folks. So that's there now on your membership feed. Remember, if you do try get in and we've got 10 people, it won't let you in. So just wait for some people to drop out. But the way it's going to work tonight, we're going to give you 5 minutes to stake your claim. If you want to take 2, that's fine. Of reason why you're Farke in, Farke out, and then me and JT will maybe ask you questions on the back of it. So yeah, be prepared to be
more of an anti-deck roll today.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
like, bro, you guys, you know the question, you know what you're coming in for. So prepare yourself. So when you get on here, you're ready to bang, firing on all cylinders, like a Ramadzani super sub.
Exactly. We're just gonna go Farke in, Farke out. State your claim, close. And then we'll go from there. So yeah. Did you get that, Ethan, my brother? We want to know why you're Farke in or Farke out. We're gonna pass over to you. You're gonna come in. You're going to stake your claim, and then we're going to discuss it after, yeah? Did that make sense, Ethan? Can you give me a thumbs up?
Let's give it a
yes,
thumbs up.
my man. He's give us the thumbs up.
Give
Let me just come to Paul G. Paul G. Now, you, sir, have been very, very much in my comments, disagreeing with me, saying a lot of things. So come on. You are a member, my guy. Ooh. Come on and tell us why you are Farke out.
He's put you
I'm
on
not calling you. I'm just saying.
He's put you on the spot there.
It's true that if you are a member and you feel so vitriolic towards Farke out, come on, stake your claim, and then we can have a discussion about it. That's the whole point of the show. So I hope to see you soon. But let's get the first one in then. Let's bring in Ethan. We'll put you in the middle here, Ethan. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll move us out a little bit so we can see you a little bit better. Right, okay. I'm going to set the timer now, my guy, and then you can tell us why you're Farke in or Farke out. You can't see the timer because I'm down there. Wait there, Ethan. There we go. Go.
Oh. Okay, go. Nigga, I got it. I know what I got. We need to get hit time. We need to get the tea to go. Yeah, we got Naki. Nikki Igni. Oh, we won't know Nikki Igni. Go get hit time now. Nigga, we got the tea to go. Go wait to get the tea to go, you know.
Yeah.
Nigga, and what do you to go? And you walk away. Now tell you what you talk about. They get Kihaka where we have go. And I Kihaka where we have go. Now we got to go no good. They get you know. You know, and Neka, they not to that get they go no, I ikke not to they go
Yeah, so great points made there. Obviously, drawing back on last season, Ethan saying, look, Leicester lost to us. They still went up. Ipswich lost to us. They still went up. You're saying we need to give Farke time. We've got a brand new team, and you want to wait for that to gel, right?
Yeah.
Well, at the same time, we beat both of them and still capitulated at the end. We beat both of them twice, and we had the league in our advantage going into that last international break. Yes, we were done dirty with injuries, but do you not think come that final stretch of the season, it's his job as the manager to see us through that final stretch and prepare us better?
They had to get. Nigga, I go now one gig what gaga one now. We walk one night again. I can give one a call. We got together. Go get his time now. Go get his time.
Yeah. Got to give him time. We've lost 1 in 5. And I think, like you say, I think Ethan makes a very good point, JT, when he says, look, losing to Burnley, it's not terminal. It doesn't mean that, you know, because it wasn't terminal for Leicester when they lost to us. It wasn't terminal for Ipswich when they lost to us. Let's not forget, we put 8 goals past Ipswich. We put 8 goals past them.
Yeah, I want that.
Yeah, but we didn't go. You know what I mean? We put 8 goals past them, but we still fought it in the end.
This is the point he's making, though. The Ipswich and Leicester both lost to Leeds and still went up. So we're saying, or Ethan's saying, just because we lost to Burnley doesn't mean that we won't go up.
Yeah.
No, of course it does. Of course it doesn't. Yeah, that's a perfectly reasonable point to make. I do understand that. But to play the other side of that, it was a game that we should have won, and we are still seeing recurring.
Yeah, issues. I know.
But of course, it's too early to say. Yeah,
and we have to talk it to it. We get it there, and we get it. We have to talk it with it. We go get take a talker.
Yeah.
And Ganga, he can't get out and go. That getter, he get out and go. This getter, he go hacker, he go know how to get out.
Yeah. No, you bang on the money, Ethan. No, you are. And thank you, as always, mate, for coming on and staking your claim. We've got one Farke in there. I've put a poll in the chat as well, for people to vote in that poll as well. But Ethan, thank you, as always, for coming on, my man. Cheers, buddy. Bye-bye. Oh, Ethan, as well, we've got another show on Friday ahead of the Cardiff game, so we'll hopefully see you then as well, mate, okay?
Little break part for a second there. See you there, hopefully, man.
Bye-bye.
Absolute legend.
Yeah, absolute legend. Always first in on the show. Yeah, folks, you've got double the amount of show this week. So obviously, we like to do this before the game. We're going to do this one and also one on Friday as well. And look, there are people in the chat saying, "Look, why are we even having this discussion?" There's a discussion because the fans have asked for the discussion. There's been quite a lot of people that have. Or especially across the internet, social media, want the manager out and want to have a conversation about the manager. So what better way to do it than with you folks in the chat as well that do come on. Next up, we've got Jay Racer. So Jay Racer, remember, come in. It is Farke in or Farke out. And for everyone
racing through this, we're starting off hot today. We're starting off with the big guns, mate.
Yeah, and the polls in the chat, folks. And like I say, if you do want to come in and, you know, or you are a member and you are quite like, I'm Farke out, then please come in and tell us why.
Yeah, we want to hear it.
Lose your bottle now, because this is what I will say. What I don't want to hear, JT, is everyone on this panel, and I know there isn't some because I can see some heads, but everyone on the panel to be Farke in, because I know the chat keep telling me they're Farke out, but where are they? And some of them are members. So I'm saying, come on.
He's calling you Bruno Fernandes, mate. He's saying you're ghosting on the big occasions. I wouldn't have that, my son. Listen, I've got a little poll here, so we'll crunch the numbers after. I've got a little poll in, out, so we'll see what the overall tally is at the end. But I have a feeling you're right. I have a feeling it is going to be more Farke in than Farke out, to be honest with you.
Yeah, man. Let's bring us all in here, and let's put my man, Jay Racer, in the middle. Jay Racer, I'm going to set the timer now. Tell us why you're Farke in or Farke out, my man.
Well, I wasn't happy with Farke on Saturday, but of course I've got to be realistic. So for the next few games, at the very least, I'm Farke in for now. Okay. But he's got to turn it around. We need to see a much improved in performance against Cardiff, and I don't want to be seeing us struggling to beat Cardiff because that will put the pile of pressure on him even more.
Yeah, they've conceded 11 goals and scored 1, and have got 1 point at the bottom of the league. So it's got to be a convincing win, hasn't it?
Exactly. And you know what we're like? We're just basically, here we go with Charity Shop United. We're going to lend our opposition a hand, donating on together, etc.
Mate, it's just written, isn't it? Because it's Cardiff as well, and we're always the trend buckers. Whenever a team is in terrible form, they always come to us and get some points. But how long would you give him for if things carry on like this? Because as I say, you don't want to start behind the 8 ball. You don't want to start, you know, the first few months of the season this low down, because we saw that cost us last year, our shaky start to the season. So how long would you feasibly give him if performances won't start improving?
If performances don't start improving by the Coventry game, I'll be fully Farke out. Okay. I mean, the Cardiff is the Cardiff. We've got to win. No excuses. Coventry will be an acid test for putting right last season's wrong when Callum O'Hare did what he did, but he's not there anymore. We need to start clearing some devils and some old hoodoos. Basically, I want Farke to prove me wrong, as redacted WWE name wrestler used to say.
Well, I mean,
every week he comes with the WWE references. I love
it. Well, I was going to say that was going to be a tough game because Coventry were beating Spurs, but Spurs have just scored 2-1 and 92 second minute. Well, bloody hell!
But I saw someone in the chat saying that Archie were out of position for their the Coventry goal.
Really? He's been playing right back. I mean, everyone told me Farke hasn't got a clue he's a midfielder, yet Ange continues to play him at right back.
Yeah, but Ange doesn't have a clue either, so that's not really much of a good comparison.
So you're Farke in then, Jay Racer. He's now, at this moment in time, you're Farke in, right?
For now, but he has to turn it around. We need to see much improved performance against Coventry. Also, what I was really disappointed with on Saturday was his substitutions. I know, Biel. I know you took us back to.
I'm getting Farke out vibes here, Jay Racer. I'm actually getting Farke out vibes from you.
Well, I'm not. Like I said, I'm not happy, but I'm prepared to give him at least 2 games to turn it around because of the bad substitutions. I mean, if he'd been a bit more proactive and anticipated going behind, probably we should have brought on Ramazani sooner. Also, on hindsight, maybe probably should have started Ramazani on Saturday, given how most of our starting players had all been away on international duty. And Ramazani from the start, for the starting, would have been we probably would have done a lot better.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Potentially.
I think that's fair. Hopefully, we'll see you on Friday's show for the preview ahead of that Cardiff game, and we can get your score prediction then. But Jay Racer, thank you as always, my man, for coming on. Any WWE reference you want to leave us with?
Probably. I'd like that. We want to check. I'll tell you what we want to do. Check Burnley into the SmackDown hotel and get revenge on them when we go to Turf Moor. I want to see us putting the R in Turf Moor and put them in the SmackDown hotel.
That's the one. Big up to Jay Racer. Thank you as always, my man. See you later. There we go. What a legend as always, Jay Racer. He did well there to think up a one on the spot, didn't he? To be honest,
yeah, he did. Yeah, you're putting a lot of people on the spot today, Joe.
Still, I'm waiting on some Farke outers, and let's hope they do arrive. Big up to David Derry. Big up to David Derry for the super chat. Philip says all these morning fans and bottle jobs when it comes to it. Oof, there we go. Big update on the poll. 72% of people are Farking as it stands. I mean, he played 45 minutes at left.
But he scored. He scored.
He didn't even start. He came on 45 minutes at left back.
Yeah, it's an impact though.
Ryan, are you ready, my man? Ryan Paula Higgins, he is ready. Let's bring him in. It's good to see you again. We've missed you for a couple of shows now.
How are we doing? You okay?
Yeah, man, we're doing good. We're doing
good.
Got
the trophies out. Still got the awards.
Oh yeah. So spread. Yeah, got the spread. Yeah.
Come on then, Ryan.
I'm not going to change much to what people have been saying to me. I just think if that poll's true, there's a quarter of people watching this who need to step up and give a logical reason why they think Farke has to go.
Exactly, bro.
And I mean a logical reason, not some on Twitter or an offshoot comment on YouTube. Give us some logical reasons, and I want somebody who's been around a while as well. You need to look back at what we've had, where we're at. You can argue, and I'll accept the arguments, but Farke is the second best manager we've had in 20 years, by a long way, and I cannot, for the life of me, understand where this is coming from at all. To be honest with you, I really can't. I mean, even the last person who came in and sort of said, it needs an improvement. The performance wasn't bad. No. We haven't played badly. That slip doesn't happen. Burnley don't have another chance the whole game. And that's the top and bottom of it. And he can't accommodate for that. What can he do? He can't accommodate for Joseph missing. He can't accommodate for Solomon slipping. You can't. You don't plan for that. It's just football. And chances not being scored is a problem. But that's not his system. If his system's creating chances, he's doing his job.
Yeah.
I think the team the substitutions as well. I don't know what people want. I think to say, I want substitutions. We've got a good subs bench. He's making the substitutions. Could he make them earlier? Was it going to change anything? I don't think so. If it's working, why change it early on? If he'd made the subs earlier, people would have come on and said, well, it was clear we were in the game, so why are they changing it? You can't win. It's a difficult job.
There's so much you've just mentioned and so much for us to unpack, Ryan.
Yeah.
And I agree.
Yeah. Sorry,
no, it's great. I agree completely with you. I think what's quite interesting, and I did that video earlier on when we go back to that Bielsa era, and I know I'm sorry to harp back to it, but just to put it into perspective, we lost 3 games in the first 11, and I tried to put myself in a position where we lose 3 games in 11 this season. Can you imagine the outcry? It'd be mental.
And that's Bielsa season.
Second.
3 games in the last 11.
We also went from October all the way to November without winning back-to-back games. It was a win.
He also had a worse squad though, and there was arguably
there is that. Of course, there is that.
He was working magic with nothing really. The state that the club is now, that Farke has inherited, is completely different. He's got
there is that
track record in this league. And it is also just a common string of errors. It's not a matter of results. Obviously, you don't want to be this low down, but it is his second season. And you would hope that, as you said, certain things have changed. Now, the one question I would have to you is, was it working? Like, should there have been changes in a lot of these games made more proactively? Has it been working, or has he been leaving it too late? Because I would argue that they haven't really been working.
The stats don't, you know, I mean, you look at them, to be fair, just go on SofaScore, just look at the run of the match, and you can see that it is working, you know. And I think I don't know what it is with this club, but it's you know, missing chances just seems to be ingrained. You know, in the last 5 years, Bielsa had it. The only thing I would say the difference with Bielsa's second season versus Farke's second season, Bielsa had a more consistent team over the 2 years. He worked with the same players, but pretty much the same team for close to his entire tenure. He had his bases of the same players. Farke has lost it. You know, you build a team around your best players. He's lost his best players this year. There's no hiding it. We've had to. There's a slight rebuild going on. You know, at the end of the day, people are going about Nonto, but he wasn't a regular last season. You know, at all. So he's got some rebuilding to do, and we're 5 games in. You know, it's just daft to me. So
yeah. Tom says, "Stop talking sense." Where Leeds fans,
could be logical. I'm not good for the hype jobs on YouTube. That's the problem. I can't build up the hype. I'm afraid. No, just logical.
Everything you said, though, I agree with. You know, so I don't really have anything to say other than, you bang on. I mean, JT, is there anything else you want to say to Ryan? Because I just agree completely. But that's
listen,
me.
I said, the comparisons to Bielsa are also the only thing I would look questionable at as well.
And
just
Ryan
purely based on the
that
squad that we have.
That
because listen, the squad we have is just so much better than the rest of the league. We shouldn't be slipping this much. I get it. It's big chances missed. I tend to agree with you. Number one, it's too soon. I tend to agree with you. Number two, that a lot of it has come down to big chances being missed and individual talents and individual errors. But at the same time, he should be getting a little bit more out of these kind of players. And if you're looking at the system, there are a few fundamental issues in terms of creativity, in terms of when sides hit us on the break and sit back against us. We're still seeing similar repeated patterns from last year when teams do sit back. That's the only potential takeaway I'd have. Otherwise,
how many chances do we have against Burnley?
Enough to win the game.
17. What more can he do?
17 attempts, not 17 big chances.
17 though. Listen, if you've got 17 attempts on goal and you can't score one, what more can he do in that system?
Well, he could change his team selection a little bit and potentially put people in there that are going to finish their chances, or take people out if they're not finishing their chances, create a bit of competition. But there's no proof that would help it either. But I do tend to agree with you on that. But I'm just playing the other side. Listen, I see.
Absolutely, we've got to do it. Yeah. I'll take it. I'll take you on, JT. It's all right. Yeah.
I know you will.
I'm back in.
Yeah.
Ryan, how did your football tournament go the other week? I know you.
I'll be honest with you, a bit mixed, mate. So I coached 2 teams. My under-13s didn't do too well. My under-9s actually won it, which was great.
Perfect.
But we had a bit of
Archie Gray. Coming through.
I don't think so. No, it was a good moment for us all. It was really good. But the club actually suffered an arson attack afterwards, which is absolutely ravaged us, to be honest with you. So we're doing some fundraising. No, I don't want to plug anything too much.
Get it plugged, man.
We've had a parent made a Just Giving page or a GoFundMe, which has raised a lot of money. And also on this Saturday, we're doing a 10k walk. All the club, all the kids are doing it, and also a parents versus coaches match. So if people look up Crofton Juniors on Facebook, all the information's there, and it's.
Send me over the Just Giving links and all that, mate, and we'll get some posted out across.
Mate, you're a legend. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
If you put it in the chat as well, we can get it pinned in the chat for you, because people will help and donate. Yeah, definitely.
No, I appreciate it. No, thank you. No, I really appreciate it, guys.
All right then, Ryan. Thanks as always.
Cheers. Take care, boys. See you later.
Cheers, mate. Bye bye. Right. Legend there. And when Ryan sends us that link, folks, make sure we
go support that, because
we donate and
that's
and
bang
help
out.
support
That's bang out of order.
Yeah, not good, is it? Listen, I don't
there's
want
just
to.
no need to ruin a good
I
football
know.
moment like that.
But again, this is a bigger. I mean, obviously we don't know who's done it, and I don't want to assume, but it's like a bigger thing on society for me. And like, you know, let's say for example it was done maybe by some young people with nothing better to do, and then it's a bigger picture of like we should be finding ways for these young people to have something to do. Like, but yeah, it's just
and that for something like that, man. Kind of
I hear, man. It's it's really, really sad, especially after such a great event. So let's make sure we support Ryan and his football teams in that as well. But like Vega says, top caller, and a lot of love for Ryan in the chat as well. Next up, we've got Danny Rumsey. I can see you vaping there. It looks like some sort of like mad machine.
No, breathe air, my man. Breathe air.
It was a lot bigger than this anyway. It was lighting up and all sorts.
We've got 2 vapors in here. Oh, your lungs.
Right, are you ready, Danny? Yeah, right, okay. Here we go. Let me move me. Oh, no, I need me so then we can go. Right, Danny, are you Farking or Fark out? Stake your claim, bruv.
I'm Farking.
Okay, good man. Go ahead. Tell us why.
1, we can't afford to sack him.
Okay.
2, people are saying he ain't got no tactics, but when he were at Norwich, didn't he beat Leeds twice?
Yeah, under Bielsa as well.
Yep. And going back to your show earlier on, Joe, when you said nothing's changed, it has. Bielsa broke half of our players with murder ball. Farke hasn't.
That's harsh,
bro. That's a big claim. That's a big claim. No, but you're Farking, Danny.
Yeah, Farking. Yeah.
Yeah, you think
he's got 2 and 3/4 years left. They're not going to sack him. They won't be able to afford to.
Do you know what, JT? I haven't really thought about the financial side of it. What do you think?
No, 100%. Well, it's not just even the financially, surely we should be all right. Listen, we've done everything on the cheap so much. We've got to have a few millions whacking around in the kitty with the Red Bull money, with the fact we made 100-odd million plus in the summer. We should have enough. But the more important question for me is, who do you actually replace him with? Like, there isn't really anyone available at this short turnaround to get. That would be the more pertinent issue, as opposed to actually paying for the financial costs.
There's nobody good enough to replace him with.
Exactly. That is the one argument I would definitely agree with.
Yeah.
But so, are you entirely happy with how things have gone in the last year with Farke at Leeds United, though, with the players that he had at his disposal last year, the players he's had this year? What have you made of him?
Last year, I thought we should have gone up. No doubt about it. But like I say, results are results. We didn't get what we needed to get on against teams like Rotherham and stuff. But I'm happy.
Put that on the players or on Farke?
Well, like the last caller said, he can't run on the pitch and score a goal when Joseph misses it. You know what I mean? He can't run on the pitch and do Nonto's shot and miss it when he misses it. You know what I mean?
Danny, you're in my chat all the time. And do you know what's really frustrating me? Bar one person I can see who's waiting to come in, who's my arch nemesis. So everyone knows who that is, right?
Sean.
I'm really yeah, it's Sean, right? We know Sean's coming. He'll be here soon and we'll have a laugh and all that. But Danny, you're in my chat all the time. How many times do we see people saying Farke out, he's shit, he's this, he's that? Not one person has come on the show to stake their claim.
Yeah, why? Exactly. They're all keyboard warriors.
Yes, Danny, what? This is what's... No, there's a real opportunity for people who are members specifically, and I know some of you are, that sit there and say, you ain't got a clue with it, and not one person's come on. I mean, I'm really disappointed by it.
Yeah, same with me. Yeah. If they're gonna spout off over in a chat, why don't they come on and spout it off and
we don't have to argue. We just want to hear your reasons why you Farke out. You know
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you reckon we win at the weekend, Danny, against Cardiff?
Yeah, 1-0.
I think it'll be comfortable, you know.
No, I think it'll be a tight game. I think it'll be 1-0, and I think it'll be round about the 50 odd minute we'll score it.
You think you're making changes?
he needs to make changes. I bring Smith in. I take Bogle and I take Ampadu out and bring Tanaka in.
Really? You take Ampadu out?
Yeah.
Well, the more pertinent question is, well, just take Furpo out, man. What do you mean Ampadu, Joe? What are you talking about? No, listen, mate. I tend to agree with a lot of what you said. As I said, in terms of last year, though, I would potentially say team selection is the only thing. Yes, he can't come on and score for the strikers, but he can choose the strikers on the pitch in the final.
Yeah, but JT, it's all right saying pick the strikers. We've got 2 number 9s. One's out injured and needs putting down, and other one can't score.
Well, no, this season, yeah, I'm more talking about last season than
last season we only had 2 strikers.
Yeah, but he still had Joseph in this as disposal, which he didn't really utilize a lot of.
No, he didn't. But he used that useless lady Dutchman and Paddy Bamford, didn't he?
Yeah, but.
Do you know what, though? All them people, and I'm a massive backer of Joseph, by the way, but the people mentioning, like...
People aren't going to like it. Bamford's going to get games.
Yeah, I think though as well.
Well, I'd like it.
I think the point is as well, though, like, everyone who said last season Joseph would have got us up, he scored 1 goal in the league this season.
Yep.
So there's a conversation, JT. I'm not saying he wouldn't have, but
of course, but you know,
everyone, the grass is always greener, and he scored 1 goal in the league.
No, I agree. He's been very profligate this year. I do agree, but at the same time, it would have just given us a little bit of a different dynamic, especially to put him off the bench a little bit earlier, change things around, and that's what I'm saying. It's just for some reason he takes too long to make changes off the bench. That is my one biggest gripe. If he changes that. Manager of the century, but
if he reacted when another like the opposition reacted, then maybe but Ampadu on weekend should have gone off at half time with that injury that he had. What point to keep playing?
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I agree. I do agree on that as well. Should have changed it. Danny, legend as always, mate. Another Farkiner. Thank you very much, and hopefully we'll see you on Friday's show as well, mate.
No problem, Eric Rowan and. Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns.
Oh, Roman Reigns.
I love it.
Thank you.
Cheers, buddy. See you in a bit. Bye-bye. There we go. Legend. Another regular is Danny Rumsey. Legend for that. I have also as well, folks, just posted out Ryan's Just Giving link in the chat, so please do go on over. I've also posted it on Twitter as well. If you can get eyes on that, if you can donate, then please do to Ryan and the Crofton Rangers. Was Rangers, wasn't it? Crofton Juniors Amateur Football Club. Sorry, I don't know where I got Rangers from. I don't know why. Crofton Juniors. Yeah, Crofton Juniors. There you go. The next Archie Greys. So yeah, make sure you check that out. Right, up next, Matt. And listen, folks, we've only got Matt, Dave, and Sean left. So there's only 3 people. So if you are a member and you do want to come on and you want to tell us
a whitewash
Fark out.
Yeah, where's the Fark outs, man? This is a whitewash.
Where is the Fark outs? I don't know, mate. As it stands on the poll as well, we've got 73% say Fark in, 27% say Fark out. Next up, we've got Matt Leeds. I reckon I know what this answer is going to be already, but let's wait and see. Matt, how are you, my man? He's putting his ones up. He's putting his ones up, JT. You're not going to acknowledge him.
Ones up.
It's his job to acknowledge me. What do you mean?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Acknowledge the OTC. How are you, my man? Though, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm fine at the moment. But yeah, I'm farking. Like, it's crazy that people aren't farking. Like, if you don't think like. Firstly, there's no other manager who can get better than him in this league, in my opinion, because he's legit the best manager in the championship. He's got promoted the most times. So I don't know who you're going to get. Plus, the only reason we lost is because we missed our chances. We weren't clinical enough. Yes, we should have had a penalty. I mean, we've heard this script before. And I have a weird feeling that if Bamford missed the chance Joseph missed, everyone will be blaming Bamford and nothing on Farke. Because it's Joseph, people kind of want to be quieter.
Yeah, it's true. No, it's true. If Bamford would have gone, Bamford, get him out, rip his contract up, you know for a fact.
I'm here for it.
No, but Farke's, I think, good enough. I think we'll go up in the end of the season. It's 1 loss. Like, it's 1 loss in 5 games, and we're undefeated in the first 4. Like, it's not the end of the world. And I've seen some comments saying like I saw one saying if we lose the Cardiff we won't get top 6, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's far too soon, isn't it? It's far too soon, isn't it, Sean?
Far too soon.
Yeah,
we just need to calm down a bit, maybe, based off like because you do lose games. Like we're not going to get unbeaten all season.
No.
Yeah, but at the same time, we said that at the beginning of last season, and it ended up catching us out in the end, didn't it? So,
do you think it's at that stage though, JT, right now for you?
Listen, it's not at that stage. It's early doors in the season, but you never know when it's going to come and catch up to you, do you? You never know when you're going to be like, shit, we could have done with those extra 3 points. We could have done with not dropping that stupid game here and there. And listen, it is early doors, but if you start off with too big of a mountain to climb, sometimes it's too little too late. And I don't want to make that risk for a second year in a row because this year it is imperative we go up. But I would agree that it's quite early.
Well, how many points do you reckon we need to go up like this season? How many points do you reckon like top 2?
I think it'll be less than 90, this season.
I think it'll be between 85 to 87. Like that mark will get you up.
Yeah, I think it'll be less than 90, I think. Maybe. Sean's just put in the private chat, I ain't shy. Where's my Farke out Warriors? He's a one-man wrecking machine at the minute. He's a one-man wrecking machine. He's a madhead. What do you think to the people that are Farke out, Matt? What do you say to those?
I mean, if you're anywhere near my age, which is 22, I don't think you should be saying that because he's legit probably one of the best managers we've had in my whole entire life.
Actually, when you think about it like that, we're only 22, yeah.
All I've known is League One, Championship for 2-3 seasons in the Prem, which only one of them I enjoyed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same age as you. Well, I'm 23, but yeah, I hear you, mate. I hear you. Although, Big Sam was a bit of a quality manager. But I think he could do a good job in the Championship.
Yeah,
but you're right. We haven't had a lot of quality to go off. I mean, Thomas Christensen was the best manager I'd ever seen at one point in my life. So there's definitely levels to this game. To be fair, I still give Gary McAllister a good shout. He was decent, but again, I mean, it was a points deduction, but he left it. Ended up catching us out in the end, and we can't do another playoffs.
No.
We're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. I think it's just a little bump, a little chink in the armor, a little bump in the road. But yeah, Matt, thanks as always for coming on, my man. How's the channel getting on? How many subscribers you sat on now?
We're at, what are we at? 465 at the moment.
465. I'm sure we can get that to 500 today.
Up to 500. The big 5 dog, mate. My Australian brother. What time are you up today, by the way?
It's 7:13 at the moment, so it's early.
PM.
AM.
Oh, he's up early morning, mate. Rise and shine. He gets up early for the show. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah, man. So what's next? What's the rest of the day look like for Matt?
Oh God. Probably be on the web app, try to do some stuff on FC25. That's about it.
How are people playing it? Or is it just creators that have got
the web app? The
web app. YouTubers
people are playing the actual game, mate.
Yeah, the YouTubers that get early access.
Yeah. They're playing the actual game, man. I've seen fucking Castro streaming it.
I've seen I'm trying not to pay for it. I'm trying not to pay for early access, but you get a whole 7 days early access.
You get a whole week. They know how to reel you in.
Exactly.
Thing is, I know
there's Matt's channel as well. Go on, sorry,
get
JT.
in there, mate. No, I'm saying it's tough. I want to get. I mean, it always falls on my birthday, which is convenient timing, ironically. But I want to get Black Ops 6 as well. Can I justify getting both of them in the same 2 months? Probably gonna end up doing it, even though it's flipping disappointed me big time that game.
It's expensive.
Yeah, a couple $100 nowadays. Gone are the days of a 50 quid game, and you didn't have to pay anything else. Xbox 360 days. Good old days.
It's mad times. Right, Matt, thanks as always for coming on, brother. We'll let you go and get our next caller in. Cheers very much, mate. Thank you.
Au revoir.
Bye-bye. Right, we've got Dave Dids up next. And just from the first look, I'm thinking he's older than Matt, so he'll have more managers to call upon, I think, than what Matt did, that's for sure. But let's bring in Dave. Hang on, let's bring us a little bit closer. Dave, how are you, my man?
Hey, you all right?
Yeah, good. Is this first time on?
Yeah, first
time on, yeah.
Yeah, I thought I hadn't seen you before. Talk to us, mate. Farke in, Farke out. Where you at?
Farke in at the moment, to be honest. Maybe 5 games to go.
You've got what? Sorry, say again.
Maybe 5 games left.
Yeah, 5
so you're
games
going to give him a bit of time
for you. Okay, all right. So things don't
so
start
he's
to
not
improve.
done too bad. The players let him down so far.
Yeah.
Have you been happy with his team selection though? Or is there anyone that you'd potentially have changed in some of these
Starting
games?
the squad, no problem there.
Yeah, but in terms of his changes, that's where some of the issues have arisen.
At least he's making them now.
Tell me about it, mate. No, I feel that. So you say 5 games is pretty much your litmus test. What are you saying in that? Say he gets 3 wins, couple of draws, but the performances aren't improving. At that point, are you asking serious questions?
Out of 5, 3 wins, 2 draws. That's not that bad. That's
but we're talking about dropping some points away from.
I know, but
getting the automatic zones, which we're gonna have to see how the games go. But I mean,
yeah,
that will probably drop us down, probably around lower playoffs if you think about it.
I don't think he's doing that bad though. To be fair,
no. Listen, at this early stage, you definitely can't say that.
No, I don't think he's doing bad at all. Is there anything, if you could, like, obviously, if you were to be uber critical, is there anything you look at, Dave, and you say, "Well, this I'm not too sure about," or is it a case of like, this is the championship, he's got more than enough, we're going to be good?
The game the other last week, it's down to the players there, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
they should have put the chances away. Farke can't control that. There's 2 goals there that they should have scored, and they didn't.
No, it's 100%, 100%. I tend to agree with that as well. As you said, he can't control players missing big chances, and that is certainly something that has come to cost him both years, really, in terms of players letting him down in key moments. What about last season, though? Obviously, this season it's very early to tell, but last season we had a bigger sample size. Do you put it more down to players and injuries, the reason we didn't go up?
I think last season was more Ipswich just being freak team.
Yeah.
This season,
but we did have it in our hands, though.
2.
We had it in our hands come the end of the season, though.
Ipswich run away with it towards the end, didn't they?
But we had them with 5 or 6 games to go. We could have. There was stupid games like that. QPR, the 4-0 and stuff. After Ipswich lost to Cardiff, we had opportunities, but it just kind of slipped away. Would you put that a lot down to Farke or just players, or just as you said, competition?
I put it down to the players at the end of the day.
Okay, that's fair enough.
I think it's fair. I think some of the ball did go in the end. I think the whole, I guess the whole nervousness of it all, and that can't happen this year. And I do think, tonight all we've heard is people Farke, but I don't think, like, I can't speak for you, Dave, but you're not Farke to a point where you'd be happy for us losing games, are you? It's just a case of we've lost one. Perspective will be all right. I think that's where.
Yeah, I think we need to see how it goes. Next couple of games, then we decide.
Yeah.
Well,
How do you go on, JT? Sorry.
No, go on.
No, I was going to say, how do you think it'll go against Cardiff at the weekend?
I reckon probably a 2-2.
2-2?
Oh yeah. Really?
You're not fancying a win?
No.
No.
Not from what I've seen the last couple of games. No.
So you think that this 5-game test is really on the line?
Yeah, big test. Yeah.
Oh, so you're more looking pessimistically and hoping that he proves you wrong. That's kind of your outlook right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I'm here for it. I mean, Cardiff are always a bogey team, so I'm not going into that too optimistically myself. Whereabouts are you from, by the way? I can't tell you.
Near Brighton.
Oh, you're a southerner as well, mate. Yes, one of us. One of us. Another bloody plastic southerner. That's what I love to see. Welcome, man. I thought, hang on a second, his accent sounds a bit southern. I'm liking the sound of this.
Yeah, no, I'm not from Leeds, but
what made you support Leeds then?
All my family are from up there.
Ah, really?
So
but they moved down to Brighton.
When I was younger.
Okay, but you never lived there at all. You just family.
I lived up Skipton and Richmond and that.
I know Skipton.
Yeah.
I know Skipton. It's not too far from Halifax, to be fair.
No, it's not that far. Is it?
No, it's not at all. Yeah. No, nice one, Dave. Legend as always. We've got a show on a Friday we do as well before the evening before the game. So if you want to come on at that point as well, it'll be in the chat. Thank you for coming on, brother.
Yeah, definitely, mate.
Legend. Thank you so much. Cheers, Dave. There we go. Another Farke inner. So
yeah, we got 6-0 right now. Flipping heck, mate.
6-0. Now it is about to change because obviously we've only got one person left to come in, and it's Sean, and everybody knows where he's at. He might have changed. He might have listened to everybody and gone, you know what? They talk sense, and I'm absolutely clueless. But I've got a feeling he might not have. But I'm also, look, JT, I can't lie. I'm disappointed that we've only got one person who's going to be Farke out. Yet the chat and my comments are all Farke out. So
where Bruno Fernandes action, mate. Casper the Ghosts. Big time. This is here. Your time to stake your claim.
Where are they? Philip's laughing along because I see Philip having to put fires out in the chat all the time, telling people you're overreacting. He's thinking, where are they? Where is everyone? You know what I mean? It is mad. Now, before Sean, when you come in as well, I want you to you put in the chat, I ain't shy. Where's my Farke out warriors? I want you to ask them where they are, man. I want you, before you tell us you're Farke out, Sean, ask, where are your Farke out warriors, man?
Yeah, you've been sold. You've been sold up the river here, mate.
Where are you, my little Farke out warriors? Where the fuck are you?
Oh, mate, you've been done up a kipper.
Lads in the chat. You can the lads in the chat, and you haven't got the nuts to come on and say to
Get
Joe
in
and JT.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna dish you. Look at me. The lads are gonna diss me.
Or is it because?
I mean, I sound hella Farke out now because I've been just trying to keep an honest conversation going. Everyone's been so Farke in. I've had to ask the tough questions. So it almost looks like I'm back in your side, mate. So, you know, I'll help you out, mate. I'll help you out.
One man band.
Because you've been sold up the river by your colleagues. But go on.
I know. Are you ready? You got 5 minutes, mate. You don't need all 5, but you got state your claim. Why are you Farke in or Farke out?
I'm Farke in. I'm joking. Obviously I'm Farke out because I still think he hasn't learned from last year's mistakes that he's making from last year. They seem to be sort of creeping back in again. And this whole sitting back thing, playing out from the back very slow, it's not working. And I also think he still has the same with the subs. He's still making the same kind of subs where the subs aren't right. He's making a lot more subs than he's making last year. I give him that, but I think the subs now that he's making they're not the right subs either.
Okay.
And also, I think the whole thing with Ampadu, I think the reason why he's not playing as well is I think he's struggling with the captaincy. I think he's struggling with the confidence to be the captain of the club. Whereas I think Cooper last year was doing a lot behind the scenes stuff.
So who would you have made captain?
Oh, Stroke. Because he's been at the club longer. He knows the club a bit longer. He would have been under that same bracket with Bielsa. So he's been at the club long enough and he has been captain a couple of times as well, and I think he's done pretty well as captain. Do you think maybe he wouldn't have been given as captain as maybe because his injury record, maybe? That's probably the only thing maybe why. But we'll have to see.
If you can you hear a slow grumbling? If you can, it's my dog. That's all. That's what that noise is. Farke first touch.
No, it's actually you just start at me and me having my little chat.
So your reasons for Farke out? You saying? Give me the first point. He's what?
I don't think he's learned enough.
What hasn't he learned? What hasn't he learned?
Like he's still making. I still think his tactics are still the same as what it was last year. In the sense of we're still playing out from the back very slow.
Right.
And it didn't work last year.
But it did, though, Sean.
It worked against the teams that are a bit more open. But I think when they sit back,
are you talking about breaking down a low block?
You thought you had him, Joe. You thought he was going to say it worked against the shit teams, and then he pulled that one out of the bag. Yeah, I know you had ready. What about Leicester and Ipswich?
So you're talking about breaking down a low block?
And I think, look at the players that we have. I think the players are quite quick and quite fast, and can move the ball quick. So why don't we play out from the back quick? Because the longer because the slower you are playing out from the back, the more time teams have to set themselves up.
Yeah, in the low block.
In the low block.
Okay. Now, did you watch look, low block is a very difficult formation to break down, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't always have the answers, and sometimes you will come up against.
But it's happened too often. It's happened too often over the last 2 years.
Yeah,
the last year and a half.
Yeah. Okay. So that's your argument, and I guess, and look, I don't really have a comeback in that respect, Sean. I just feel that you will come up against low blocks. We saw,
of course,
it's
happened, but that's not the excuse. He needs to figure out a way to do it more.
Agreed.
To do it more frequent, to not get caught too with that low block as much. You're gonna get it caught maybe once or twice, 3 times a season.
Yeah.
No,
that's fair. So, and I agree in terms of, SS says Man City play against a low block every week. Yeah, but we're not Man City, man. So calm, man.
No, I wish you were.
Come on, they're the best team in world football, man.
Wouldn't be this Poxy League we were.
But I guess the look. If you think about this season on its own, Sean, obviously it's only been really one game we've struggled against the low block. If we don't go back to
Pompey as well, no?
No, that wasn't a low block, was it? No, we battered them. We scored 3, for God's sake. We just defended shit.
You still conceded 3, though.
Yeah, but that's different, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's different to the low block. But in terms of
West Brom, 0-0.
No.
If you wanted to play, we could have played.
Yeah, fair.
We had the players to play. So that's
we did.
2 games out of the season. 2 out of 5.
Yeah,
he went over half.
Yeah, he went down there to obviously keep a clean sheet, didn't he? And then we win 2 games on the spin.
But imagine what it would have been like if you went and got snuck a 1-0 out of that.
Yeah, but we might have got beat 1-0 as well.
I mean, we were close to getting beat 1-0 anyway.
I'd rather lose 1-0 and try. I'd rather try.
Rate it, yeah.
So you would rather have
beat,
I'd rather try.
Okay, yeah.
And not sit back and actually play football. I'd rather lose every game.
Yeah.
And actually play a bit of football.
Okay, so if we'd have gone there and lost 1-0 but tried, and would you be sat here now saying would you actually be going no Farke in because he tried?
I would have said I would have been slightly more.
You wouldn't, would you? You'd still be.
Yeah, he's a heart on his sleeve type guy, mate, Joe. He'd
still be slagging him off.
To see his men fight and go down swinging. You know what I mean? Go down.
You'd still be slagging him off, Sean.
I'd still be slagging him off, but I'd be slightly more to Farke in. I'd be slightly more to Farke in.
Okay.
I'd be slightly more to Farke in. That at least he's shown that he's learned from his mistakes from last year.
Okay, so what about the positive results against Wednesday and Hull? Do you give him any praise for that?
Of course, he did well.
Yeah,
he did very well against a team that I thought Rowe would have done a lot better.
Yeah, fair.
He's done very well.
Mm.
I did give him his praise when need be. And you've seen me put it in the chat.
100%. Yeah.
That I gave him his flowers a couple of times.
Yeah. At what stage? Often. No, not very often, right? But my thing is, Sean, though, right? He's lost 1 game in 5, yeah?
Yeah.
At what stage will you not be so knee-jerk? Let's say we go... Because I think you're being knee-jerk, but you might say I'm being deluded. I don't mean that in a way to sort of be... You know that anyway.
Yeah.
But how many games is he going to have to win before for him to lose one and you go, it's okay, it's only one game? Or are you expecting him to win every game?
No,
you know, this is the thing.
It's not that unrealistic. I know I'm wild, but I'm not that bloody wild. I think if we can go on that little run, like we did last season, go on that 10-11 game run.
So you need him to win 10 and 11 games before you'll be like, he's allowed one.
Well, we need to go on the run.
Yeah, we do need to go on the run.
If you want to go win this league, if you want to go and win this league, finish second. You need to get on a run of 10-11 wins at some point during the season.
Are you still confident we'll go up with this manager, or you just don't think we'll go up, Sean, at all?
I think it'd be just slightly short.
Really?
Slightly short.
So when did this kind of opinion form itself? Did it formulate itself this season when you saw repeated errors, or were you kind of feeling like this back end of last season already?
It was kind of last season as well. I just didn't.
I can support he's been Farke out for a while, like.
Yeah, I just didn't feel that connection with him, and I was like, okay, I'll give him a while, and I didn't like the excuses that he was given about August. I think it was just a silly excuse just to cover his back, and I think he's kind of covering his back there with this season with is saying that he needs a number 10 and whatever. Yes, he wasn't saying that about having needed a number 10. Until he got to 4. At first, it was he wanted 4 in, and then once he got to 4 in, then he started spouting saying that he wants number 10.
He did need a number 10.
But we've enough there in the squad to get us out of this league, and I think if he can go up this season, he can go and get an even better number 10 than a Hamer. Whoever.
Agreed.
Instead of trying to buy a Hamer and getting him, and then what if he doesn't perform well in the Premier League next season, when we can actually have a player that's actually proven in the Premier League as number 10, and go for a more of a proven player when we have the players that we have already to get us out of this league. Like Brendan Harrison's done amazingly well.
Yeah,
he's an American international. He should
be. I told you he'd do well, didn't I, Sean?
No, you did. No, you're right on that.
Sean, are you disappointed that we haven't had more people say Farke out tonight? It's because you see the chat all the time. See the chat all the time.
I don't know where they all are. They've lost the battle.
Hiding, mate.
They've lost the battle tonight.
Hiding in the shadows.
Because I can guarantee you, if we lose at the weekend, they'll all be back in the chat giving me shit.
The vote won't actually be 72% if you bet 90%.
Yeah, exactly, man.
If you bet 90%.
Because we told you, Joe. I was like, where are you, man? You could have had your opportunity to
shit again, Joe.
To be fair, there's 27%. I mean, there might not all be members, but there are 27% that are still saying out.
27% say out.
That's not enough. That's
not enough.
He's fuming. He's going to go canvassing.
It is. I mean, listen, Philippine, it is the vocal.
Sean's going to have a sash. We Farke out, vote Farke out.
My Friday for the member chat on Friday, I'll have more from all the canvassers for the next 2 days. We get them all on Friday.
Good man. How do you think we'll get on against Cardiff?
Do you want my head or my heart?
Both. Give us them both.
My head says 2-1 with I think Bamford just scored a winning goal.
Really?
I've got a funny feeling. I've got a real funny feeling that he'll be back in the squad, and then everybody will be like, like last year in the FA Cup where he scored that goal. Everybody was like, he's back. Bamford's back.
Here's a quick question for you. Ryan says, who would you want instead of Farke?
I think either Moyes. I know. He's got Premier League experience.
The Premier League, though, mate.
You want David Moyes? The football will be worse, Sean.
But we'll be winning games.
But we're winning games playing this way,
mate. Don't want the football to get any worse than it is.
Are we not winning games playing this way? We've only lost once.
How many times you got beaten at End Road already this season?
One.
Twice.
Once in the league. Three
yeah,
times in the last year.
Or actually,
Three times in the last year.
I didn't
Three
think
times in the last year.
Record already.
Three times in the last year in the league. Three times in the last year in the league.
You know what? You just converted me, Sean. You just converted me.
How many times this season? Twice.
Right. Okay.
Which
you
means
converted me.
It means on a decrease. That's a decrease from last year.
Okay, yeah, it's embarrassing. We went till the end of the season without losing at home last year. That's you've
okay.
Won me, mate.
So David Moyes.
It's a wild Potter, maybe.
I mean,
Potter, mate. You are off your marbles if you think we have any chance of getting these guys, mate.
Oh no, getting them. Yeah.
Sorry, didn't we not think we were going to get Bielsa?
No, we didn't. But the fact Bielsa came to us was out of the kindness of his heart. How people disrespect a man who came down when he had
JT, let him speak.
He had absolutely no reason.
I mean, JT, let him speak. Go on, Sean, tell him.
JT, let who speak?
Sorry, I
meant... You confused me. You say, Sean, let him speak. JT, let him speak. You got to be clear.
Sorry, I meant JT, let him speak.
You disrespect him. How he decided to come to us, I will never know. And people still disrespect him. He dug us out of the gutter for no reason. He had no reason to come to us.
But that was it. That was it. 1 in a million shot to get that.
It was, but it's a 1 in a million character. There's no one like Bielsa, mate. There's no one out there like him.
Why don't we show that ambition to try to do it again?
Because it's a risk.
Is the one thing. Potter's not a risk.
Of course it is, because it's midway through the season and we have a manager already.
It's not
so if he's
in
order to scout,
it's been already 4 games. That's not midway.
Okay, well it's during the season, and in order to convince
I have to deal with him.
We'd have to sack. It's tired. I'm late, mate. We're late. We're going to say.
I used to like you, JT. I was not a Fairport fan. I was a Fairport fan until now.
No, well, that's just delusional to change your take on Fairport.
But listen, Sean, you're the only Farke outer tonight, but we do have one more coming in. It's my man Ryan, all the way from the States. We'll see. We'll see. Sean, thanks as always for coming on. See you Friday, mate, if you're about.
Oh,
okay?
yeah, no problem. I'll be there.
Legend, mate.
I'll be
See
there
you
with
later.
Farke outers.
Au revoir, my man.
Au revoir. There we go. There's Sean. At least he's come on and backed his corner, hasn't he? Ryan, are you good, man? Are we good? Yeah. Here we go. Sorry, Ryan. Are you there?
Yeah, all good.
Yeah, good, man. We can hear you, man. We can hear you. Talk to us, man. Are you Farke in or are you Farke out?
I'm on the fence.
Okay, this is fine. And I'm gonna talk you back off the fence to my side. Tell me why.
Ooh.
I agree with JT that his substitutions are bad. I'm not going to go too much into tactics because just off the game, I feel like us as fans will point out the fact that, like, oh, he did the right thing. We had those 2 chances, the penalty also. If we convert that, we win the game. Yet we won't, like, criticize Joseph or Nanto ever.
True.
And then even with Solomon and Ramazani coming in, the first person that fans wanted to be dropped was immediately Aronson.
Facts.
And so I feel like Farke, Joseph, Nanto get a long leash by the fan base compared to others like Bamford, even the club, with how the transfer market was going. It was burn the 49ers.
I mean, I would still go along with burning the 49ers, but yeah.
Whoa, really? I didn't know you were that.
No. But do you know what, Ryan? I agree with you, though, and I hope you've listened because I've said now for a while that Nanto's getting a free ride. Joseph doesn't get enough criticism from certain sections of the fan base. Not that he needs loads, but I guess more so my point is that, and I think a few people have mentioned it tonight, if Bamford misses that Joseph chance, we're all blaming Bamford for the loss and not actually blaming Farke. And I do agree that for me at the minute, Aronson shouldn't come out of the side. He needs to stay in the 10. And I think if anyone comes out of the 3 behind Joseph, it would be Nonto. Although I don't think he will make any changes on the 3 behind Nonto. Behind Joseph. I think the only change we might see is in midfield. But I do agree with a lot. I do agree with a lot of your points, mate. And the subs. Yeah, look, listen. I mean, the Pirro for Aronson still baffles me now because it just don't make sense.
And I think that's like a huge criticism of why Farke could be out, is because we all know that he won't make those changes. And we talk about creating chances. If you wanted to create chances, I get you need a 10, but also you need an 8. So you take out one of your 6s and you put in an 8 if you want to create more chances and especially beat a low block.
Yeah.
Which is sad because Gruev has been playing, I think, the best out of Gruev and Ampadu, to be honest.
Yeah, he's played really well. I agree.
What main changes would you make then, like in the side? How would you line us up on the weekend?
I would start Joseph. If Bamford was fit, I would start Bamford. I would put in Ramazani for Nanto, and then Gruev for Tanaka. Even though I don't think Gruev deserves it, I just think you have to do that change to see how the team does.
Yeah, with a more attack.
Okay, so Ramazani on the right, Aronson in the 10. Okay.
Yeah. And also with Farke, we say that we can't really criticize Joseph right now because he's a young player. Well, then we should have gave him more minutes last season instead of just playing him 5-10 minutes like we're doing with Ramazani now, because he'll say we have to let them adapt to English football, but 10 minutes, that's nothing to adapt to.
Yeah, and do you know what I would say in response to that, though? My other counterpoint to that would be, though, that if he's struggling now, it'd have been even worse last season because of the pressure that we're on in games. Do you know what I mean? So there is a bit of a... I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying, either of us are right, but we have to... Maybe that's why he didn't play him, because of that.
But he was in good form last season to counteract that. No,
he played well against Chelsea. We didn't see much of him outside of that, JT.
No, we didn't, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think if after the Chelsea game, he would have played him 20-30 minutes every other game.
Maybe he should have. You're probably right. You are.
But we also
right.
don't know what would have happened.
No, that's the thing, innit? We don't. We genuinely don't know.
But if he didn't trust him that much, should he not have pressed the club to potentially look at a strike option? Because we weren't even really, I mean, aside from who's that, Egban or whatever I forgot his name even, but we weren't even linked with many other strikers.
No.
Mate, I forgot his name. He was some no name.
I think with the 9, it put the club and Farke in a difficult position because everyone wanted to see what Joseph can do. And I mean, if Joseph goes 20 goals, say it was the right thing to do. We didn't need a backup striker.
Yeah. He's bang on. You bang on. Which I know you said you're on the fence at this moment in time, Ryan. When does that become? When do you step off the fence and when do you take the leap? Like, what are you waiting for?
This Cardiff game, I think, is a big game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because if it's a draw, I think then you actually really have to start considering other options.
Whoa, that soon?
Yes. Because even Joe said at the start of the season, we cannot have the leash super long for them.
Yeah, this is true.
I kind of feel like we are already letting the leash get a little long for Farke.
People are definitely taking me to task with that point. I can't lie to you. They keep saying, you said front and centre, Joe. You said front and centre. Where are you? And I'm like, I did. So that's fair. I think Cardiff's massive as well because we've got to... Listen, we can't lose to a team that have scored 1 goal and conceded 11. You just can't.
We can.
No, but we can't, though.
We can.
You can, but if you want to keep your job, you can't, can you?
No.
You definitely can't.
Do you think that the board have potentially done him a disservice this summer? Do you think he's potentially making up for errors behind the scenes or like lack of communication with things?
I don't think they'll make any moves in January unless it's like crucial. Like,
no, of course. But
like...
do you think they've potentially given him a tougher task than needs to be?
I don't think so. I don't think our starting 11 is better, but I think our depth is so much better. And I feel like we can't see it yet because he still isn't using subs. So it's still that same criticism.
Okay. No, makes sense. That's fair enough. You don't need too much depth if you're not going to be going far in cup competitions and you're not going to be changing quickly. I hear that. I hear that completely, mate.
Even look at like Saki hasn't been playing all that great, but he's still getting played every single game. Like, why couldn't we do that with someone like Ramazani? Not saying play him every single game over and over, but if he comes in and he starts scoring goals and assists, I don't see why the fact that he would get dropped for someone like Nanto, because Nanto creates moments of magic.
Yeah. No, I do. His subs are a bit too late. But obviously you said tomorrow is kind of the crucial point for you. That's where you make your decision. Sorry, not tomorrow, the Cardiff game. So when, how do you feel going into that confidence-wise?
I think we'll win. I think the main thing is we need to keep a clean sheet.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's fair. And I think we will. And I think we'll win 3 or 4-0. I can't lie to you.
Sorry, he's been watching a lot. You can tell he's been watching a lot of Farke ball this season, man.
I'm tired. Ryan, you're on the fence, but trust me, we're going to win the next couple, and you'll be back saying Farke. I'm sure. I'm sure you will be.
Oh, I will.
Yeah. Ryan, legend as always for coming on, my man. Okay. Hopefully, see you Friday.
Yes, thank you guys. Have a good one.
And you, brother. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. There we go. There we go. Mate, what was it in the end? What did we end up with?
8-1, I believe.
8-1. 8-1. Yeah, the chat was popping like a madness. 73% as well. Our Farke in, and only 20%, just a small 20%.
26%.
Yeah, 20%.
Well, hang on a second. 26% of 414. 10% is what? 41.4, 82.8. And then you've got flipping 20. So you're looking at near on 100, 105 votes. So I'm just going to guesstimate around 105 or something like that. 105 people said Farke out. So.
And how many came on? 1.
That's a different argument. Yeah, that's different.
Yeah. Well, listen. I seen them all at the start of the chat. I could go all the way back to the start of the chat where they were saying also. Not one person came on. Not one.
Yeah.
Not one.
No.
Poor.
Flat.
Are you sure? Anyone else? Like, no.
No, we got no Farke outs, I'm afraid, mate.
No,
they're all in the shadow realm, mate.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Maybe people are just ones that come on just open-minded, optimistic, early doors, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. Right, mate. Well, we will be back Friday. How did your new series go? The hot takes, how did it go?
Oh, the hot takes, yeah, it was a good crack, good crack. Hopefully next time, the reception for it seemed to go down pretty well. People seem to enjoy it. So hopefully next time we'll get some more people involved in that. I actually did see a lot more people saying Farke out. That was one of the big points discussed. Was Farke is the worst manager I've seen in 32 years supporting Leeds was one of them. Farke will be sacked by Christmas. So there was a lot of Farke out agenda in that, but as I said, that is going to be happening every single match week. So if you do want to follow me on Twitter or check my community tabs, then you can get yourself involved in that one. It's always a great laugh, and it's your opportunity to get your hottest, spiciest takes in. So before a match, you want to get your opinions in, you come on this show, you talk with me and Joe, you chop it up, you put your voice out there, and then after the match, usually people are a bit heated about certain things, and it kind of sparks your interest and your thoughts. So it's always a good time to just get in there and give you some hot takes, and maybe you'll be featured on the next one.
Yeah, exactly. So get involved there, folks. Listen, Smash a like on this video. It's been great to chat tonight. Thank you to each and every one of you that did contribute. Thank you to those that are in the chat as well. I know I'm sending shots. It's all just a little bit of love. It's all just a little bit of a laugh. And I'll be back tomorrow for press conference reaction and White Rose Rivals on the evening as well, folks. So, yeah, keep it locked at Just Joe. Make sure you check out JT Live, and we'll see you in a bit. Michael, we'll hopefully get you on the next show, brother. Hour and 15 minutes. Michael, see you soon. Peace out, folks.